had this t-shirt for a while. As you all know, I like to show you my t-shirts and a bit of humour. Oh, look at my tail, it's getting longer. It's getting quite long, isn't it? Yeah. By crikey, I'm a 67-year-old hippie. Anyway, look at my t-shirt. I never dreamed that one day I'd become a grumpy old man, but here I am, killing it. There you go, folks. Pretty good t-shirt, eh? And just about right. I would say that this is one of my better efforts. I'd like you to comment in the comment section below and tell me what you think of this t-shirt. Is it spot on? I think it is. Anyway, update on the latest servings of garbage from the Bohovel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to go and have a look at a video that was put up 5 hours ago called Update at Carno's. I own a number of property lots in the Philippines, as I've explained to you before. They don't call them sections or properties, they call them lots. So you own a lot, L-O-T, that is your lot, a land lot. But they don't even call it a land lot, they just say your lot. Okay, now, where your lot is, depending on the road that you're up against. Now, I have 2 roadside properties, one in Lapu-Lapu City in Bohol, in Cebu, and one in Córdoba on Mactan Island, both on the main highway, Quezon Highway, goes all the way through. Now, because of the new 3rd CCLX bridge from Cebu to Córdoba, and my lot is on the main highway about 500 metres down the road from the entrance to the CCLX. So the land values of our residential lot went through the friggin' roof. Went from, I think we paid, if I remember rightly, we paid 600,000 pesos for that lot, that empty lot in 1996. We are currently receiving offers up to 8 million pesos for the same lot. So it's done pretty well because it's slap bang on the main highway, half a kilometre from the entrance of the CCLX, which cuts off so much time to get to Cebu City proper. It's not funny. Okay, you've got to pay a 90p toll, but what's 90p? $3. Well, not even that, $2.50. But it just cuts off an incredible amount of traffic. But anyway, I digress. Now, what happened is when we got our lot, we went down and because we're not stupid. We are not stupid. And we deliberately made sure that we were in compliance with everything to do with Philippines regulations according to boundaries, where our mahons were going to go, where the lots were. And we had a government surveyor. We didn't just hire some fool off, the street. But also this government surveyor was not only employed by Cebu City Council, but he was a relative of my asawa. So we knew we could trust him. And we, like this guy and I, we'd sat down many times over many years, way before we'd ever decided to buy land. And I've gotten drunk with this guy and been out to dinner with him and socialised with him over a long number of times before we said, listen, Uncle, can you come and survey this lot for us in your official capacity and give us a sketch plan? That's what they call it. I don't know what they call it anywhere else, but they call it a sketch plan. So he agreed to do that. And he had the latest equipment, the proper laser levels and all the rest of it, which in the Philippines at the time, no, they had a long, physical manual tape measure. No, he had a laser leveler and all the gear. A very experienced, smart guy. And then he came to me and he said, Jeff, there's the middle of the road and there's a white line down the middle of the road. You can see that. I said, yep. And he said, now this is before they built the CCLX. This is before they built the third bridge. He said, It's in the plans. He said, we don't know if it's going to happen. Hopefully it'll happen, but if it does, this is what's going to happen to you on this lot in the future. So he said, I suggest you listen, because he said, you don't know what the Philippines is going to do. 1 minute they say this, 1 minute they say that. So he said, what you need to do, Jeff, is take into consideration the costs it's going to add up in your own head if you don't listen to me now. I said, okay, Uncle, I trust you. You know the story, you know what's going on. So he said, okay. So he walked me, he said, here's the middle of the road outside your lot. He said, the start of your lot has to be 15 metres back from the middle of that white line. Otherwise, when they widen this road, they're going to come through here with a bulldozer and they'll just chop off whatever's within that 15 metres. And I looked down the road and I thought, well, there's a shitload of people going to lose a shitload of their businesses and houses and garages and fences, because most of them were right on the road. They were right on the road. The road finished. Look, I'll give you an example. Say, you know, here's the road, and the house was, you stepped out, the wall of the house was basically right on the front of the road. You stepped out the front door right onto the road. It's crazy. The centre of the road was only like 2.5 metres away. Well, you had to be 15 metres back from that white line. Otherwise, when the road was white, they're just going to come through and cut you off. And ladies, you know, I watched it happen. I watched bulldozers just go straight through when they decided that they were going to start widening the road. And it doesn't matter who you were, doesn't matter how powerful you were, doesn't matter what politician you knew, they could not stop the road being widened. And whole houses were being just chopped in half. So I said to my asawa, well, we'll go back 15 metres off the road. And that's what we did. And that's how the idiot built that structure in front of us on the government easement. You all know about that, and you all know how we fixed that. But anyway, how amusing to watch the update at Kano's where Dickhead says, we're going to go and do this opening, blah, 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 blah. Now, if you have a look at it, and I'm looking at it here now, let me have a look at how far back he is from the middle of that road. And even he says about road widening. And even he points out where the mahons are for the road widening. But even then he says he's going to extend up to the front of that. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy has to be a complete and utter total retard. Like so many foreigners, he doesn't do his homework into land aspects and property rules and regulations of the Philippines. So good luck to him. I actually don't think that he's got the right to have that access that he's already paved and cut off and taken over. He rents the shopfront only. Nowhere did he say any time building up to it that he rented that plot of land that he's built that, you know, little bamboo shack on in front of it. His corrupt association with the mayor of Talabon is in many ways going to come to a very abrupt end and a very, what do you call it, substantial halting matter shortly. These things take time, and what do you call it, intimations are being made, applications, information is being sent to all the right people to ask and get understanding as to how he is maintaining this premises. Now, it doesn't matter that everything, as even his American friend, American guy in the Philippines who goes there and says that the food's great and all the rest of it, the place is a prop, as we saw tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to again, this video update at Kano's, another day of the week, another different time of the day, and the place is empty. except for he pans. Now, he started to pan the camera around. If you go to, I'll give you an example, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sitting here at 7 minutes and 43 seconds on the video update at Carnos. That's an 11 minute 38 second video. If you go to timestamp 7 minutes and 43 seconds, there's a Filipina lady in a beige coloured top talking to him. Now, throughout this video, he's tried to convince everybody that the people in the store are customers. There's one gentleman sitting on his own as you first go in that he walks past, alluding to you, hoping that you'll think he's an independent customer. But hang on. The lady at the timestamp that I just told you to sits down and is eating with this gentleman who then when you go to Maricel's friends page, they're both on her friends page. They're not random off the street customers at all. They're friends of Second Best who've been invited there to make it look good because the place is a prop. It's not a working restaurant. Nothing's being sold out of there to the general public. It's a prop. And everybody that goes in there, have a look at Maricel's Facebook friends page and YouTube friends page and see all those people in her friends list. Isn't that amazing that the only people in this restaurant as customers are on Maricel's friend list? I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but is that not the most amazing coincidence that the internet can possibly have? You know, it is diabolically ridiculous. Now, in this video update at Carnos, as I say, screened 5 hours ago, he states that they're taking all this loose gravel from the side where there was a shop next door and shoving it in front of his place so that they don't get mud tramped into their place. But do you notice, ladies and gentlemen, he's doing that because that's his parking area and he's upset that the place next door is being occupied and that area in front of that place, they have to remove their car. So what have they done with their car after whinging about their parking being taken? They've then parked it on the other side of that business, which is their parking. How fucking entitled is that? Go and have a look at the video, ladies. This is what cracks me up with these loser fucking people. You know, whinging, bitching and moaning that something has been taken from them, yet they take it from others without any bloody problem whatsoever. What a hypocritical pack of entitled numpties these Smiths really are. So if you look at it, I'm just going slowly here through there it is, 40 seconds in, ladies and gentlemen. 40 seconds in to this video. Go and have a look. His piece of shit, cheap ass junker that I wouldn't own. I mean, seriously, is parked on the left-hand side of the store next to him that's being rented out by the people who have got a business next to him, and he's parked right next to them on the left-hand side of them, taking whatever parking for them, while he's whinging about the fact that they've moved into the store next door taking his parking. You entitled frigging loser, Smith. You piece of shit. Doing to them what you're complaining about they're doing to you. Parking in your available parking. I can see this relationship with his neighbours next door as not being healthy at all. But the beauty of it is the people in the store next door won't have to put up with it for very long because he's not going to be there very long. One way or another, Boss Hog is going to be run out of town. But getting back to and as to towards the end of the video where he's walking around, now, ladies and gentlemen, random people off the street you don't approach and talk to and interact with the way they're doing in this video. They're random people off the street that he wants to convince you are customers. They're carrying on like the old friends that they are, or supposed. They're all on Maricel's friends list. And they've been invited down there to make it look good as prop because we've been putting shit on them and pointing out that this can't be done. And all of a sudden now, they're filming their customers, whereas when it's all packed, they can't. So these customers that they can film without any problem, or not even mention the fact that rule is in effect anymore, that's no problem, right? Well, why not? Yet the place remains empty. There's only 2 people in there. The sad, pathetic joke of Brian Smith, his fantasy, his bullshit and his lies is really getting ridiculous. But now that there's people in the store next door, this is going to be fun because he can't coexist with anybody. He can't coexist with his neighbours. He's had a succession of every kind of neighbour, foreigner and Filipino, that have had enough of him within 5 minutes of him being there or having anything to do with him. They've run away in an absolute frenzy of get the fuck out of here. We can't take this prick. I can't see him having any kind of a business relationship with the people next door in any way, shape or form. There is going to be something that he's going to do that's going to get right up their nose. And I can't wait for it to happen. Because no one in Chelabon is going to give him the time of day when he starts his nonsense with the people in the business next door. Now let's go and have a look at the next one, shall we? I mean, I'm not sure where I'm going here, but let's have a look. Okay, that was update at Carnos. Now let's have a look at this up. Where's this one? Oh yeah, what do you call it? The power outage. The $1 million businessman who admits he doesn't go there anymore, who leaves it to the relatives. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be blunt here, and I don't care if Filipinos like this or not. In fact, I'll line up a dozen of the Filipinos. I'll line up 20 of the Filipinos that are here in Casino to back me up and tell you the truth. If you're not there supervising your business, even your own family will rip you blind, rob you blind. And there's nobody out there who knows anything about the Philippines can call me a scumbag, a racist, a prick, a bigot, a liar. It's the truth. Unless you're in your business 24/7, hands-on, looking at every time that till opens, you're going to get ripped off. You're going to lose money every time that till opens because they're going to put 10 pesos in and they're going to take 50 out and put it in their pocket. And it doesn't matter who they are. And I can tell you this for a fact because my own family have done it to me. My own Filipino family have robbed me fucking blind on so many occasions, it's not funny. And it's not just because I'm me or stupid, that's the mentality in the Philippines. I'm white, I'm rich, I can afford it. Now here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I think second best isn't as dumb and stupid and masculine as she looks. She's actually if what I think is correct, she's actually one sly, cunning bitch. I can't wait. Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, everything's in her name. What has this guy ever done for her? Nothing. Nothing. She's got nothing. She lives in a shithole. She drives a piece of junk. And I mean, seriously. Her kid is a Hmong that he does nothing for. She's got nothing. I haven't seen her dressed in any kind of decent clothes ever. Where are her jewelleries that all Filipino... She's married to a successful businessman from America, but she's got nothing. She's a peasant. She's a provincial nothing who gets drunk grinding coconuts. She's nothing. The local Barrio girls are better off than her. And she's supposed to have snapped the prize, won the jackpot, got a Carno husband. A dirty, fat loser who you can't get within 6 feet of because he stinks and is full of shit. Who's never given her a damn thing. Talked big, promised big, but delivered what? Absolutely fuck all. The only thing this fool has done is open a YouTube channel and got other people to pay his bills for him. That's all she's got. A loser with a YouTube channel. Now, I think that Second Best isn't as dumb as I actually thought she was. She's now got this place fully in her name. He thinks that he's going to franchise the joint. Oh, no. Marisol and Tatai have had this fat loser bigot. He probably, the way he treats them like utter shit. Marisol makes a suggestion. Oh, it's rubbish. I'm not interested in that. He puts her down so many times it's not funny. Takes no advice from it, like he takes no advice from anybody else. I honestly am really, it just hit me tonight. Marisol, Second Best, is going to boot him real quick, real soon. Everything's in her name. She needs him like a whole. She doesn't need the website. She doesn't need a foreigner farming in the Philippines YouTube channel. She's got Tatai and for God's sake, what's his name? E-boy. And now that apparently she sold her house down in Mindanao and her sister or whoever that woman is that's up here now, she needs this loser from Chico on the run from the fucking authorities, and she knows that. He's got nowhere to go. She can kick him out on a dime anytime she feels like it. And what's he got? Nothing. Video after video, everything's in her name. So Second Best, dump him. And there's not a goddamn thing he can do about it. Not a goddamn thing. The day you dump him, I'll come in there and support you against him. I'll bring in a dozen people to support you against that fool any day of the week. You want to get rid of them? Give me a call. I'll be over there. I'll bring in a lawyer. We'll put up a sign on the bloody Behovel. We'll put a sign up on the restaurant. Brian Smith, you're persona non grata, trespasser. Get the fuck out of here. What's he going to do? Second Best? Nothing. There's nothing he can do. You're the Filipino. You're the owner. You've got all the rights. He's just a lazy, fat fuck. Give me a call, Marisol. Second Best. Hey, you want to dump that turd where he belongs, down the drain? Give me a call. Let's make it happen. Salamat, Siggy. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. Wouldn't it be great to see me and Second Best throw this turd in the gutter where he belongs? Who supports that idea? Siggy, ooh. Catch you later, guys. Bye now.